Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindsets, we building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I am your host, keep you so effing amazing. Got an amazing brother on a video call with me today, Blaqamore. Man, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing? Thanks for having me
Man,
on.
Man, no problem, bro. I mean, appreciate you for reaching out, man. You know what I'm saying? That meant a lot to me. You know, you obviously seen something that made you want to like, man, let me reach out to the Think Successfully Room and see if he'd be willing to, you know what I'm saying, to have an amazing discussion. Man, bro. So before I get into it, man, could you tell us a little bit about who Blackamore is and what you stand for as a person?
Yeah, so I'm a coach. I basically help people get results faster.
Mm,
Um, I had a health and fitness journey of my own that apparently had some above average results,
mm,
and the principles that like I learned on that journey is can be applied in any genre of life. So
right,
basically,
right.
that's those are the principles I use to help people get the faster results or to get the results in the first place, let alone getting them faster than normal. And so
Okay.
that's what I've done the past couple of years.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to get into, bro. So I was reading your bio and it said that you lost 60 pounds in 60 days.
Hmm.
How people find it challenging to lose 2 pounds, man. Like how how did you make that happen, man? How difficult or how challenging was that process?
So depending on how you look at it, I would like to say it's easy,
Uh
but at the same time, if we zoom out and look at a 5 year picture,
mhm,
then at that point we have to say it took me 5 years to lose 10 pounds because I struggled with
mm,
my weight for those previous almost 5 years. I just had to lose 10 pounds. I lost the 10 pounds. Then I ended up gaining it back because I went back to those same habits. Then I
mm.
would try to lose it again. Then I would gain a little bit more weight. And I stayed in this cycle for years and ended up gaining an extra 50 pounds. And
Oh
it,
man.
yeah. And it wasn't until I seen how compromised my health was. Plus, I had just had my first child. And then that must have like unlocked something in my mind to say, all right, I got to cut all the BS out. And at that point, the results was easy. Like because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, whatever result we're trying to get to, if you don't have it, if you're struggling to get it, it boils down to you not being the person that result could happen to. So I changed like as a person,
Right,
and
right.
and when that happened, I mean, this where we at now.
And correct me if I'm wrong, right? So it's more than just trying to I guess change your habits or change or trying to ignore the cues that the environment has, right? As far as all the unhealthy cues, right? The fast food, just everything that causes you to not, you know, that really interferes with the healthy the healthy side of you, right? So you have to really uh when you say change as a person, you mean you have to really want it.
Exactly. Yeah. So like for example, here's like a little more detail of my story, right?
Mm,
Like I said, I struggled with years. I struggled for years with my weight. And then it came a point where it just clicked instantly. And part of one of the changes I made as far as my diet specifically is like I don't eat any meat and dairy today.
okay.
So as a result of that, I thought the key to my success was just going vegan. And when I started coaching other people and even just looking up statistics and seeing how rare a vegan diet is in America and how rare it is for somebody to stick to it for more than 2 years,
Mm,
I kind of started to reconsider how I got here. And I said, is there any what else did I do that helped get me here? And something else that I was doing that apparently isn't as normal as I thought it was.
yeah.
So I started my journey like in the spring. So the weather's getting nicer. That means the barbecue grills is coming back out. You're
Yeah.
getting
Yep.
invited to barbecues. There's more food to go to. Ribs, and fries, macaroni. And
Yeah.
I want to get out the house. I want to be with everybody. But I know I don't have no business eating those foods and drinking a lot of those drinks.
Right.
Right. So before I would leave the house, I would literally sit down, meditate, and visualize and practice resisting those foods and those drinks before I got there. And I would do like five to
Mm,
ten steps. in my mind and just keep running it over and over. I guess I didn't realize how uncommon of a practice that is.
Man, not to cut you off, brother. My fault, man. But I wanted to ask you this before it completely slipped my mind.
Uh-huh.
When you say, so what is you repeating? Like, what is you repeating in your mind to say? Like, is you repeating to yourself over and over and over again? Like, look, I'm not going to eat this. I'm not going to drink this. Like, what is going in your mind exactly? What is you repeating yourself over and over and over again?
So I'm not even necessarily saying words. I'm just visualizing. I'm imagining like how the place looks to the best of my imagination, and I'm just like visualizing myself coming in, and friends is coming up to meet me and greet me and say, "Hey, come on in. Hey, you want these ribs over here? You want this over here?" And I'm just
Mm,
kind of rehearsing in my mind how I'm gonna play that situation, and
mm,
I'll rehearse it in my mind over. It's just like an actor trying to memorize a script, or like somebody about to give a speech and they just trying to memorize how they're gonna go over it. I would basically practice my life before I lived it, and because the thing is, like the neurons in your brain don't really know if you're doing something or if you're just imagining something. So
absolutely.
if you imagine doing something, you got experience doing it as far as your brain is
Right.
concerned. And the more
Hmm.
experience you got, the more skilled and easier it is for you to be. So if I'm doing this 10 times in my mind, as far as my brain is concerned, I did this 10 times already. So it's nothing to do with an 11th time. And
Mm.
I believe that played a very key role in my, I guess, like expedited success. So I started teaching these type of visualization practices to my clients, and that made a world of difference because in the beginning I was getting 50-50 results, and now it's pretty much everybody. So
Mm.
it
Man,
all starts up here.
Man, that's different. I never heard of that. Like as far as like if and that's actually tough, man. That's actually pretty difficult. Like it's better, it's easier said than done. Because
Hmm.
the moment you get in front of the barbecue, the
Yeah,
the macaroni, thing it changed, man.
yeah,
Everybody else they fingers sloppy, barbecue all around their mouth, man. You want to be like that too, man. So, um, I'm not sure if you answered this already. Like what I guess what embarked you on it? Like what really motivated you to go on? Is it somebody, is it people around you that you just was like, man, I got a lot of people around me that's unhealthy and I need to make better choices in life. Like what exactly is it that made Blaqamore like, look, man, I need to lose some weight?
yeah. So I think that it's combination of two things. My siblings' dad had a stroke, and I
Mm,
actually seen it. Because things don't be real to us until we
until
experience
you
it for
see it.
ourselves.
Yeah.
And he's a man that I thought to be a clever, witty, intelligent dude. And
Mm,
after he survived the stroke, but he wasn't quite the same. And that kind of became a fear of mine. Like I never want to lose my mind. So it was a combination of seeing how real it is, and then I had my daughter, my first child, and
mm.
I didn't want to pass away before she can even graduate high school.
That's a big one.
So
That is a big one.
all those combinations of things, I said, yo, something got to change, and something got to change fast, and that's what got me on the journey. And then once I got that natural high off of it, I
Man.
haven't shut up about it since. It's been over 7 years now,
Right.
and it's like a lot of people don't real like this. Everybody can do it. I'm human just like anybody else, and a lot of people just believe they can't even do it. And because I feel like I got like a second chance at life almost, and I
Yeah.
just want everybody else to experience that.
And I think it's important for us to understand that too, man. Is that we got to stop trying to make a difference when the problems has already presented themselves. Like
Hmm.
when problems is already there, now it's kind of like, okay, it's life or death at this situation. Now it's a little bit harder to come out of it, or you could just make the decision to change your lifestyle now to prevent it from happening at all.
Hmm.
So and again, I have, just going based off what you just said, you witnessed it. You said your brother having a stroke, and I think a lot of us have people around us as well. Like me personally, I lost people to cancer. Like I don't think a lot of people understand that as well, as that cancer ties into a lot of things that we consume and put inside of our body, and it
Hmm.
just it just develops over time. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see grandmothers and aunties pass away from cancer, or I see a grandmother diagnosed with cancer, that's enough to make me realize, like, man, hey, I need to change my lifestyle. I need to eat better. I need to exercise. I need to just continue to move on a day-to-day basis, because I don't want to have to deal with that, especially when you got a family that depend on you. You can be out here trying to live an unhealthy lifestyle, and then now it's a possibility that in the next 5 years you're not even going to be here to be able to continue to support them and guide them in life.
Right.
You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying?
And just to be clear, I mentioned what I said. My daughter, my siblings' dad having a stroke, because you said, we shouldn't wait till it's too late, and I kind of did, like, because the last the camel that what's that camel saying, the toe that broke the camel's back, however you say it.
Yeah.
I had high blood pressure, like it was
Mhm.
170 something over 100 something,
Oh
and
man.
I discovered this on April 11th, 2017, and the very next day, I went on a 3-day water fast, and that was like the first day of my 60-day journey when the weight came off, and then at the end of those 60 days, my blood pressure was regular. I was 60 pounds lighter, and I had the first natural high I ever had in life, and I've been high ever
Yeah.
since.
Man, so with the water fasting, you said you was on that for 3 days.
3 days.
Man, I know 3 days isn't that long, but obviously when you just a whole 3 days with just water, man, could you explain to us the challenging journey trying to fast on water for 3 days?
Yeah, so I was reading things and studying things and things like that, and my initial plan, I was gonna try to fast for like 40 days because it was like, you fast for 40 days, your blood pressure be good.
Yeah.
And by like the day before, like that morning, I was like, I'm probably not gonna make it to 40 days, but if I just eat clean, I could probably still get there, right?
Right.
So, but I spent those 3 days, like all 72 hours. If I wasn't sleeping, I was reading some study. I was reading some on nutrition. I was reading some on how the body work. I was watching somebody's transformational story. I was just immersed in health transformation for those 3 days.
Mm.
And honestly, that to me that made it much easier for me because repeatedly that's all my consciousness is exposed to. A lot of times we be like, I'm kind of making up a term, but it's like when we'll have a goal, we like emotionally forget. Like we know we need to do
Yeah,
something, but we forgot that feeling we had that inspired us to want to make that change to begin with.
that's a
So,
fact. It is a
so
fact.
yeah, so if you could just stay exposed to whatever inspires that feeling to remind your consciousness, it feels easy at that point because we only do something if we feel like doing it. We don't do things if we don't feel like doing it. And when you know
Hmm.
how to control your own emotions, that's like the master key of life right there.
Man, and another also too is that man, it's crazy that how we gotta start understanding the importance of execution here. You know what I'm saying? Like even the days where we don't feel like going to the gym or we don't feel like eating a salad. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we gotta understand is that it's not whether you feel like it's a lot of shit we don't feel like doing, but
Mhm.
it's the feeling that it gives you after you feel a lot more
Mhm.
accomplished knowing that you have pushed yourself even though you didn't feel like doing it. And I
Right.
think after 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks of just being consistent with being able to control those drives is what's going to create the habit. So
Mhm.
now next thing you know, you done been consistent for the past 4, 5, 6 months, all because you started with creating it and making it a habit.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So if you don't mind, how old is your daughter, bro?
She's 9 years old now.
9. So when she look at dad, do she pick up? Do you notice her picking up some of those same practices?
Yeah, yeah. When we around, she's more. She's like, so she'll say like, "Dang, I haven't had no vegetables in a while. Let me go. Let me go. Can you take me to the store to get some kale?" Like she's conscious of that. Like
Yeah,
kids don't be conscious of things like that, or she'll naturally not eat candy like that. I still allow her to have whatever she wants because I don't believe in just like 100% restriction. I just believe
yeah.
in informed.
Mm.
So she'll have some McDonald's, and then there'll be some days where she'll be like, I had McDonald's too much last week. I just want to, eat this. So, and that to me, that's
That means a
10 times.
lot. Yeah.
So,
At the age of 9, that says a lot. Like she understands. Like, okay, I've been eating too much of this. Man, let
mhm.
me do something better for because some kids, like if you give them a bucket of candy, they finna go crazy.
Crazy. Yeah,
They
I'm
not finna
adult.
call that. Yeah. They finna go crazy. They not gonna call that. Uh so as far as your process, like with your clients, man, are you able to give us a rundown without giving too much, of course, of what your process would be like for a client that's trying to achieve a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah, so nowadays, so when I first started, I was like your typical personal trainer. You know,
Mm,
we'll put the meal plan together and we go to the gym and I teach you how to do your squats and all that type of stuff.
yeah.
And you know, so of course, like I said, my results was 50-50. And eventually I discovered a study where they took two groups of people. They
Hmm.
put group one with the personal trainers. They put group two with some therapists. The group two with the therapists lost more weight than group one with the personal trainers.
Mm, mm,
So that made me and then like a week after reading that study, and I was like dealing with a client who was having issues, like we kind of was like stuck, and it's because like they couldn't stop their habits, and I was just remember thinking to myself, what am I doing? If I'm aware of the fact that clearly this is a little more mental and psychological than just a meal plan or exercise program, given that study, how can I how can I change how I do things? So nowadays, my thing is it's 80% psychology. Like we spend more time on Zoom, uh, just talking, kind of letting them get their stuff off and giving them mental exercises, and it's like 20%
mm.
nutrition and exercise. And a lot of times I utilize exercise just to get them in a better emotional mood, more so than just to get their muscles or to have them lose fat. And because
Right, right.
and honestly, that's really the biggest benefit of exercise. Yeah, the looking good after exercise is like a side effect. You
Mm,
know, it's feeling good and feeling like treating yourself better.
yeah.
That's what it's really about. So it's 80% psychology, knowing how to master our mind, master our emotions, and then the remaining 20%. At that point, we get to the nutrition, because the nutrition that comes so easy for me because that's how I got started, and I'm like a super nerd when I nerd out on things. So I don't have to put a lot of mental energy in it. I put more energy into making sure they get their mind right.
Right, right, right. So that's what I wanted to ask you as well. Is like, do you practice fasting at all? Because some people, they may eat or consume from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then
Hmm.
don't consume anything else after between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m.
Hmm.
Have you made that a practice or not?
Yeah. So like I said, I lost the 60 pounds in 60 days, right? And then I was just kind of stuck there for like 7, 8 months. And then I reread How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because
Yeah, yeah.
he talked about
Mm-hmm.
intermittent fasting before they called it intermittent fasting, and
Mm-hmm.
so that inspired me to do it again. So I just started eating from 12 to 8, and another 30 pounds just dropped off for no reason. I ain't changed the food I ate; I just changed when I ate.
Yeah, yeah.
So and now and now,
Psychologically, yeah.
yeah, so now I'm at a point where I mean, I don't do it on purpose. I just naturally don't get hungry until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And but I do make an effort to stop eating in the evening because
Yeah.
I can't get the munchies late at night and stuff. I try to stop eating around 7 or 8 in the evening, and it makes a world of difference. Because I remember it was a point in time where I did just eat later. I'm like, I'm healthy. All my vitals is cool. It's all good. I ain't got to be
Yeah.
this health guy, but digesting all that food in the middle of the night, I didn't
Oh
have
my
like
God.
had my mind wasn't clear like that. When I
Yeah.
stopped it again, I realized the difference. Yeah, you can't be doing that like that.
Yeah, man. It's that's I noticed that I couldn't the way you put it is perfectly though. Like it's a psychological thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like, man, look, I changed my diet, I could still, changing my diet is enough for me to lose weight when really,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying, when you stop eating at a certain point and you allow your body to you give your body that window to completely flush out the
mm,
things that you have previously ate is what's going to shave off, you know what I'm saying, the things that you're trying to lose. Now I'm not no coach or anything, which is why
yeah,
you on here, but like I have seen that happen though.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like when you stop eating at a certain point and you allow your body to kind of do what it does, you
yeah.
get better results.
Yeah, what people don't realize. So two things. Number one, your body uses 60 to 80% of its energy to digest food.
Mm,
This is the
mm,
same body that has to fight off infections at all time. the same body that has to produce whatever they feel is the necessary emotions for whatever you're experiencing right now, the same body that has to correct hundreds of thousands of DNA errors that it makes on a daily basis. And if one of those errors slip through the crack, now you got a disease, typically a type of cancer. And yet,
Mm,
most people are leaving only 20 to 40% of their body's energy to do all of those tasks because they'll eat around the clock 16, 17, 18 hours a day within a 24-hour period. That's point one.
crazy, crazy.
Point two, which may be more important than point one, I don't know. But the cells in our body is just like us. We got a first shift, second shift, third shift, right?
Mm,
And they typically have different job descriptions. The first shift, their job may not be to do this, it's to do this other thing. The third shift in our body, them cells ain't there to be digesting food. They got other things to do.
right,
But
right.
but now you giving in work that's not in this job description, and your cells is just like you. If you don't like doing work that you wasn't assigned to do at your job, you might quit. And
Yeah,
and our
yeah,
cells quit on us. And
yeah,
now we got disease and early death. So,
yeah.
we gotta be conscious of that. Like our cells are just as alive as we are. And it's like we the boss of
Yeah.
our cells. We gotta treat them as such, because if we make them unhappy, you're gonna be unhappy.
Man, that was an amazing breakdown. That was an amazing analogy, man. I like the way you broke that down, man. Um, so I mean, did you come up with that on the spot, or that's just something you tell your clients all the time? You break it
Now,
down. Like,
I don't remember where I picked it up from, but I've been saying it for a couple of years now.
okay,
Yeah.
man. So with you said you was pre-diabetic, man.
Hmm.
Like, could you explain? Because a lot of people don't understand too. Is that I don't think you don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think because there is a misconception that sugar is what gives us diabetes, right? But I think that it's not necessarily the sugar, right? Because I think I believe that the sugar has certain storages that it gets stored, right? But what's happening is that when you continue to eat the meats and the fatty foods, right? Those meats and the fatty food that you're consuming is clogging up the storages that the sugar gets directed to, and it's causing that sugar to stay in your bloodstream, which creates the diabetes.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
So I like to think of it like this: we have our cells that's supposed to metabolize the sugars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the sugar, when the sugars or the carbs come in, the insulin is produced. The insulin's job is to tell the cells, "Yo, we got some carbs and some sugars coming in. They need a place to stay, metabolize them, make sure everything is all good, make sure they enjoy their stay, right? So they can do what they got to do in the body."
Yeah.
Now, when we get to consuming the meat and the dairy and other foods we ain't got no business eating, which has saturated fats or palmitic acid, the palmitic acid is like just some no good instigating. I don't know. About, can we cuss on this show?
Oh yeah, cut man,
Okay.
go ahead.
Like,
Cut.
okay, motherfucker. So, so when the palmitic
Yeah.
acid comes in the body, it ruins the relationship between the cells and the insulin. It tells the cells you ain't got to listen to insulin like that. Who they think they is telling you what to do all the time, right? And
Yeah.
that for one. For two, since we eating every other hour for 18 hours a day, on top of that, the cells get tired of the insulin always telling it something. So then the
Mm.
cells stop listening to the insulin. It says, I'm not metabolizing nothing. Go
Right.
find something else to do. And then the sugar finds itself lost in the bloodstream. Boom, that's diabetes.
And then boom, and you got diabetes, man. So really, that's what's happening though. Is that
Yeah, it's a combination of
yeah.
saturated fats and just overconsumption in general. Give your body a
Mm.
break. Eat cleaner foods with less saturated fat that's bogging your body down. Look, because the thing about health and disease, we think about it. I like to think about things at their root and philosophically.
Mm-hmm.
And this is even according to the World Health Organization when they was in a philosophical state of mind. They defined disease as a state of prolonged dysfunctional behavior that prevents ease of function.
Mm.
A
Mm.
state, first of all, a state is an emotion. So that now we're going back to what you feel like doing, what you feel like doing, what you don't feel
Right.
like.
Right.
So if we feel like continuing to do dysfunctional behavior, that itself is the disease. Diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer is the effect of the disease.
Mm.
And when you think of it like that, as long as you are in a proper state of mind and then the behavior is reflected, at that moment you're healthy. And maybe it doesn't show up in your vitals yet, maybe it doesn't show up in the blood test yet, but as long as you maintain that state of feeling like doing healthy things, thus you'll be doing healthy things, it'll catch up.
Right. It'll work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But most importantly, they gotta start too though. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You gotta stop being lazy and being more productive. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck off the Netflix. Get the fuck off the, you know what I'm saying, the video games. Put the cakes down, the oatmeal pies. You know what I'm saying? Stop going to a barbecue and being easily and allowing the foods that's visible to
Yeah.
easily tap into a lower version of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we got to really be stern as far as what we're trying to accomplish, not only in life, but what we're trying to accomplish as far as us as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying?
Because like you said, get up all, stop watching Netflix all the time. A way I like to think of that is this: when we are consuming foods to our body's benefit, and we're moving about, we have goals we're trying to accomplish, we're challenging our muscles, we're challenging our heart on a daily basis. That's a message to God or Allah or the universe, whatever you subscribe to, that you're not done here on planet Earth. There's things you're trying to do, and then
Yeah.
in return, they'll optimize that journey for you. They'll make you
Mhm.
healthy. They'll even make your journey easier.
Yeah.
But if you are
Absolutely.
putting poison in your body and you're sitting still every moment you get, that's a message that you ain't got nothing to
Um,
do while you're here.
oh my
So,
God.
so nature speeds your death process up. Let's
Mm.
get you out the way. Let's get some new life in here that wants to enjoy this planet Earth. And you can go on to, you don't like being here anyway. So let's hear it. As far as they're concerned, they're doing you a favor.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what the association is with food and just television, man. But like, you don't hear nobody say like, "Look, man, let's put on this movie and let's grab a salad, man." Like, it's mainly it's the popcorns, it's the candies, the wings, the
Yeah,
pizza,
yeah,
all the unhealthy shit is
yeah.
associated with watching TV, man. So
Mm-hmm.
if that's what's causing you to be unhealthy, then stop watching TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go take a walk and go to the gym. Like, and then a lot of times people fail to realize that you don't have to go to the gym for an
Show up.
hour. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Just
no.
show up. You know what I'm saying? 20 minutes. Go hard for 20 minutes. Walk away feeling more accomplished, and just
Mm-hmm.
just 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 do more research and studying on what you can do to maintain a healthy diet.
Yes, sir.
Right. So if I had to ask you, bro, what's going on in your life now to help you maintain your healthy lifestyle?
Well, since I'm public with it now, I can't let the people down. For one,
Yeah.
like that's the
Yeah.
main thing. And but at the end of the day, it just feels good. Like I say, I don't have to consume alcohol or consume marijuana if I want to feel good. As a matter of fact, I enjoy like consuming some marijuana here and there after I'm already in my best state, because it enhances my creativity. Perhaps I don't know if I could reach that level if just with just a sober, good mood brain.
Right.
Just I kind of take pride in knowing how to get high naturally without having to do drugs. I
Mm,
think I think that's what life is all about. If you're
yeah,
not high off of life, something is off. Something's wrong.
that's a
Like
fact.
like we're here to solve problems worth solving, and once you solve that problem, boom, that's a high. Dopamine is produced. All right, let's go find another problem to solve. And so, really, I guess you could say I'm addicted to it. Like, and this is,
Mm.
in my opinion, it's something good to be addicted to. Better than being addicted to what I used to be addicted to, which was Doritos and queso dip.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, motherfucker. Yeah. Yo, hell yeah, man. And there's something about them Doritos and queso that get you addicted, man. It's over with.
I used to
Yeah.
have the big family size bag in the can, and I wouldn't even make it out the grocery store parking lot. And then go eat dinner after that. That's like 3,000 calories in
Yeah.
2 hours. And I
Oh my God. Yeah.
go do that and wonder why like, because at that time I'll be asking myself, dang, why I can't lose weight? Because I just ate 7,000 calories. That's why. But I couldn't
Uh,
eat it at the
and,
time.
and you talking about a family bag. That joint
Yeah,
is
biggest,
it's just,
biggest,
it's just as big as your chest, man. Yeah,
yeah.
it's big. Man, bro, if you don't mind, bro, because health is something that I take serious as well, man. If you don't mind, bro, I would like to have you on more frequently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe we come across new information in terms of what people can do to be healthy. And
Mm-hmm.
man, bro, like that would mean a lot to me if you would be willing to get on, you know what I'm saying, more frequently. And then we just have a little 30-minute discussion,
Yeah.
45-minute discussion on what people can do to really achieve a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, let's do it. That sounds productive. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, man, bro, you got a pen, available, a pen and paper available?
I got a laptop right here. I'm bringing my notes app.
Well, it's I needed you to. I was gonna ask you, is you able to write down on a piece of paper "think successfully"? So what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna take a screenshot of us holding up "think successfully," and I'm gonna use
Okay.
that for social media content.
Oh, so when we get okay, let me find some actually handwritten things. Hold on, 2 seconds.
Yeah, I need to find a pen myself. Hold on. Uh,
All right, we back. We back.
all right, man, let's get it.
Okay, you said right. Think successfully.
Yeah, think successfully.
It's all spelled the right, the traditional way.
Yeah.
Boom. Anything else?
No, that's it, bro. And then we just gonna hold it up in the camera, man, and I'm gonna take a screenshot of that joint, man.
We see
You
it
know what
good.
I'm saying? Yeah, we here with it. All right, appreciate you, brother.
Yo. Yeah.
All right, man. Man, Blaqamore. I
Mm-hmm.
almost butchered that, man. Appreciate you for hopping on, brother. Again, man. I would love to have you on more frequently. I'm not really sure what your schedule look like. We can make this, we could check in every 2 weeks. We'll link up afterwards and then figure that out, man. Because health is something that I take serious as well. So it's good being connected with a guy like you. I appreciate what you're doing for the community because the people needs that guidance. Because ultimately they just don't have the power within themselves to do it, right? So when they have somebody in their corner, like telling them, like, look, you need to put this down, you need to put that down, you need to get your ass up, go to the gym, take a walk. They need somebody in their corner telling them that, and I appreciate what you're doing for the community, bro.
Appreciate you having me. Appreciate you having me on this platform for sure.
Man, no problem, bro. So man, without that being said, bro, or before we close out, man, could you drop your social media contact and where the people can reach out to you at?
Yeah, y'all can just go to blaqamore.com. That's BLAQAMORE.com. And on there it has a link to all my social media links. And it also has a link to my Patreon as well. Anything y'all need, y'all just go to blaqamore.com. Find me on your favorite platform.
Man, so without that being said, y'all, appreciate Blaqamore for hopping on this platform and dropping the gems, showing y'all how to become a healthier version of you. So without that being said, y'all, life is good, life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the guys and goddess, forever and always. Think successfully. Yeah.